guys, yeah, I'm back with another pickup video. I'm not sure what number it is, but I'm sure you can all read, it's probably in the title. Yeah, it's been like a month since my last video. In my last video I told you that I lost my job again. Well, I didn't lose my job, it was temporary work. I knew it was going to end, I just didn't know it was going to end so soon. But since then I've worked various different jobs on various different shifts, and it's been impossible to find the time to do YouTube of any sense. I mean, I've got hundreds of comments to catch up on, which I promise you all I will go through them all and reply. I usually do. It's just rude as hell not to, really. I will get round to it. Sorry it's been so long. And there's so many videos for me to catch up on. I've missed so many great videos by the looks of it. When I've got some time, I will try and find a way. When I've got some time, I'll try and find a way. I'm not sure what the hell I'm on about already. When I've got some time, I'll find some sort of system to sit through all the ones I've missed. The way YouTube sets stuff out now, it's just so hard to catch up. I'm going to have to go through every channel that I subscribe to and figure out what I've watched and what I haven't. But yeah, definitely going to have to do that. Sorry, you got to have a brew for this video. It's a long one. I've got 50 plus pickups. If you could see the pile of games sat next to me, you'd be shitting yourself, I promise you. But yeah, this is a long one. It's been a long time coming. I have been out of 4 games. Like I said, I've had various jobs on various different shifts. It's been very, very tiring. I'm not too sure where to start with this. Again, with not enough time, if there's a high-pitched whine in the background, I'm sorry. It's because I haven't been able to edit it out of the video. It's either have a high-pitched whine or no video at all. I know what I'd much rather do anyway. But most of you have watched a 2-hour-long video of mine which had the whine anyway, so you should be able to cope with it. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Right, let's just dive straight into this because there's a ridiculous amount. There is a shit ton of 360 pickups, but I'm going to get the other consoles out of the way first. First system being original Xbox. I'm just going to dive straight into it. A lot of these I haven't actually played yet, again with the whole time thing. But first game being Area 51. Really enjoy this game. I think I got it for £1 from a charity shop. Next game I picked up is actually a double, but this one's in better condition because it was actually new and sealed. But I've opened it and I've played it because I love this game. But that game is Time Splitters 2. Now if anyone wants my original Time Splitters 2, get in touch with me. It's not as in good condition as this. I'm not sure if it has a manual or not, but it works and the box looks fine. If you want that, get in touch. And lastly, for Xbox Originals, we've got a bloody classic, and that is Legacy of Kain Blood Omen 2. What a brilliant title. I love the entire Legacy of Kain series. Kain and Raziel are just absolutely fantastic characters. I actually bought Tomb Raider and the Guardian of Light, is it? The downloadable title, just so I could play as Kain and Raziel. But I bought the DLC for it and I couldn't actually figure out how to use them in game. I don't know if you have to complete the game and then you can use them as skin packs or what. I really hope they've got some dialogue in there. I'd love to hear that. I really need to go back to that game. If anyone knows how to activate skins in that game, let me know because it drives me nuts. But yeah, a couple of DS games next. First being Star Fox Command, which is a bloody brilliant game. Really glad I picked this up. I don't know why I'm going to show you the sides. It's a DS game, they're usually plain white because they're boring like that. Yeah, absolutely fantastic game. Next we have Final Fantasy 3. You can't see because there's light flare, that's quite annoying. There you go, that's better. Love the artwork on this, but I can't actually stand what they've done to the game. The graphics are awful, I hate it. Genuinely dislike it. Don't like the change at all. Right, some 3DS games next. Fucking rarity. Still not the one I've had on order for about 2 months, so I really need to get my ass into gear and get a refund on that. I'm sure we'll find out what that title was when it eventually arrives. Well, when I eventually order it again, should I say. But first title on a 3DS being Asphalt. I think it's Asphalt. Whatever. You could probably, you know the title. I can't pronounce it. 3D. This is a bloody awful game. Do not recommend it in the slightest. It's arcade-y, Burnout Ridge Racer-y, just done really poor. The graphics on it are absolutely abysmal as well. Next we have a fairly good 3DS game. That's Splinter Cell 3D. Don't have a manual for this one though, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing to show you on the side really again. And lastly for 3DS we have a surprisingly good game. This really did shock me, I've got to admit. All these cost me $5 by the way. But yeah, it's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. I'm slurring my words like shit. You can tell I haven't done a video in a month, I'm out of practice. But yeah, that surprised me. This is actually a pretty good tactical game. Right, PS3 pickups. First being Back to the Future, the game. Obviously an episodic game which was released as arcade titles on the PlayStation Network. The story follows on from the films, and if you're a fan of the films you're going to love this. It's a point and click adventure game. It's bloody brilliant. I absolutely adore it. I've not got through the first episode yet, but I really am enjoying it. I can't wait to finish it. But it is a Blu-ray case, so they usually have exciting sides. So I'll show you them. I'll show you the back just because Doc Brown looks a bit weird. But yeah, brilliant. Was very happy to pick this up. It was actually £5 brand new in Blockbuster's 50% off sale. Couldn't believe it. I had to pick it up. Can't go wrong with a game for $5, especially a game like that. Right, next we have a replacement for me. If you watched, well, if you've been watching my pickup videos, you remember I think it was like my 6th, possibly 8th pickup video. I picked up this game from CEX, and it was in an absolutely awful state. But I finally got myself another copy of it. So the awful condition one is in that pile of games up there, which is up for trades or sale. I don't care. Just make me an offer. It's not in good condition though. Go and watch pickup video 8, I think it is. You'll see the condition. But either way, that game is Valkyria Chronicles, which is a really enjoyable game. I'm so glad to have this in good condition now. Show the back. The light flare on this is just shocking. I can't fix it though, sorry, it's this fucking light bulb up there. I'll show you the inside of this case because it's actually got a nice diorama as such. Really enjoy it when games do that. Shows that they actually put some effort into the design of their case. Although not on the side of this one, unfortunately. It's plain white. That's not cool. Right, next we have another PS3 game which I picked up brand new for $5 from Blockbuster's 50% off sale. I'm going to snap my neck one day if I keep flicking my hair around like that. But I have got this on the 360. So it's not an exclusive, but I absolutely adore the game. For $5 I was not going to turn it down. I just noticed some lag. If it's lagging, I'm sorry. Again, getting a video out there, fuck the quality at the moment. That game is Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Absolutely adore this title. I know there's mixed opinions on it, but I really love it and I can't wait for the sequel. I don't think this has anything interesting on the inside. Ooh. Apparently I'm wrong. I didn't even notice it. Well, it's vaguely interesting, I guess. It's nicer than plain white. Incidentally, I really like the manual in this game. Just simple and effective. Obviously, if you haven't played the game, you won't know what that mask is, and I'm not about to spoil it for you. Lastly, for PlayStation 3, we have Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. I got this for £13, brand new in Blockbuster's 50% off sale. Yeah, I spent a fortune in there, but there were so many great titles at great prices. I sound like a fucking advert. It's the side of that one. It is actually coloured, but you're not actually going to be able to see it because of the light flare. Ooh, you might be able to see some discoloration there. That is the artwork. But yeah, I've played a bit of this so far. It's okay. I enjoyed the second game, and I'm not enjoying this one as much, but then I'm not far into it yet, so it might be too early to cast it off yet. Definitely look forward to playing this one. Look forward to playing it on multiplayer as well. I'm sure, well, this is a game that most people are going to have, so you've probably seen it before, but for those that don't, it does have images on the inside of the case, which look fairly nice. I don't know if you can see that because I'm holding it in front of my face and I can't see the preview. I'm hoping you could. Probably helps if I put the manual back into the case. The right way around. the disc for that is still in the PlayStation, which I haven't played in a while now. It's got to be like 2 weeks or so. But yeah, next we have one singular Wii title. Got it for, I think it was £5 used, again in Blockbuster's sale. No, it was brand new, sorry. The box is just tattered. The game is still new and sealed. I've got it in the living room though. I've just got the outer box here. Yeah, it was £5 brand new. The box is just a bit tatty, but I don't care because it's about to go in the bin anyway. I've had it with keeping stuff in mint condition. It's for mass murderers and cat people, as my other half puts it. But yeah, this game came with a controller as well, and it's GoldenEye 007. I was not about to turn this down for the sake of the £5. I really wanted a gamepad anyway, so I was going to get the game. The game will get played, but I'm not a massive fan of GoldenEye, if I'm honest. If you want to see the outer box before I crush it, here it is. It's just black and says GoldenEye. That's it for that. Whoa, that was enjoyable. I like that. Right, onto the massive pile of 360 games. This has made a huge dent in the collection total, I'll tell you something. It's actually hit my next milestone as well, that's how many there are. Seriously, if you haven't got yourself a coffee yet, pause the video, go get yourself a brew of some sort. If you're not a coffee drinker, get some tea, preferably black. Well, that's my preference anyway. If you're going to make me one, make it black. Then come back and resume the video, because there is a lot here, and I'm not sure if I have a lot to say about them or not yet. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how I'm feeling, in one of those moods. But first, you've seen this in my last video anyway, a month back. But I was stupid and I bought some Microsoft points. Basically because I went looking for a game, couldn't find anything, got annoyed that I was going to go home empty-handed, so I bought some Microsoft points. I got a shit ton of arcade games and downloaded all content. Not with these points, I added more because I'm even bigger fucktard. But yeah, I wasted my money on some digital content. I've actually written down some of the titles on the back that I bought, just in case you're interested. I got Simpsons arcade game, X-Men arcade game, Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, as you saw in my last video obviously, Dungeon Fighter, Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which episode 1 rather, which is a bloody awful game. I cannot stand it. It's possibly the worst Sonic I've ever played in my life. Sonic Adventure 2, thank fuck they brought that out on the marketplace. Absolutely adore that. I love playing it again, although I couldn't get used to playing it on the 360 controller. I know it's a similar layout to the GameCube and Dreamcast controller, but I played the most of my time on that game using the GameCube controller, and they had kind of like a compass around the joystick which kind of aided your directional, whereas this is smooth, and I found it a little alien. But yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, Street Fighter 3, brilliant game, Virtua Fighter 5, Showdown. I'm sure there's some more I've probably forgotten about. The Batman Arkham City downloadable content, all of it. I think that's about it. Well, there's a couple more, but I don't want to ruin it because they're to do with games that I've got sat right here. That can go in the bin now. That's been sat on my shelf waiting for this video for a long time. But yeah, on to the actual 360 games. First being Bomberman Act Zero. Now, this game gets a lot of flack, and I mean seriously a lot of flack. I'm going to show you the case first. As you can see, for those that don't know about the game, it is a big change from the original Bomberman. It doesn't have an original side at all, it's plain white because it's shite. But yeah, basically you play through waves of classic Bomberman battle modes from 1 all the way up to 100. If you fail, you have to restart the game again from the very beginning. That's what most people seem to have the biggest problem with. However, I quite like that. That's very arcade-like. I don't like having a save file system on it. It's Bomberman. If you were playing on, say, that's Mega Drive, NES, or even an arcade, you wouldn't have save files anyway, so you'd start from the beginning every time you put some money into the machine. This stays true to that. It's very arcade-like. It's got a great point system. They brought some new tricks into it, like you could play a mode where your Bomberman has health instead of lives now. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't like the artwork direction. They've made it cyberpunk, is it? I don't know. They've made it very gothic and cyberpunk, and I'm not a fan of it, but as far as the gameplay goes, I quite like it. You can play it from a classic up above view, or you can play it from a semi-third bird's eye view. It's like third person and bird's eye at the same time. It's like at an angle. I really enjoy it. It does not deserve the flack it gets. It also gets flack because it's got ridiculously hard achievements, but fuck that. It's a good game. I really like it. Next we have Burnout Revenge, which is a pretty good game. I was looking on this, I got this for £4 used, whereas usually it actually goes for around £10–16, so yeah. Burnout Revenge. It's just Burnout, nothing special there. It's quite old now as well, so didn't exactly hit any new milestones with that one. Next we have got Silent Hill Homecoming. I'm desperately trying to find a decent horror title at the moment because well, I haven't played one in a very, very long time. Unfortunately, this doesn't quite hit it for me. I've played a bit of it. The game's okay, but I'm not really following it, if I'm honest. I've tried to get into the Silent Hill games in the past. I've only played Silent Hill 1, which I did enjoy for the bit that I played, but this is nothing compared to it. Show this. Give you a bit of a blue tonic. Show the sides, and I actually think this one has a interesting side as well, and a nice manual. Show the inside, which is actually a bit weird with the way that the text set out. I'm not sure what they were thinking with that one, but it's nice to see something that's colourful. These are little details I like to see in my games. So yeah, that was Silent Hill Homecoming. Next we have Silent Hill Downpour. Now, I haven't played this yet. I don't plan on playing it until I finish Homecoming. I don't know if they follow on in that way, but I don't want to risk ruining the story for myself. This one's got fantastic artwork, by the way. Look at that. Really beautiful. I got this brand new for £9, but it was imported from Canada or something. It's still a PAL release though. Not that you can see that, you're just going to have to trust me, it is a PAL release, and as you can see it's got a plain white side, but the text is somewhat stylised, looking a bit typewritery. I don't think there's anything interesting about this. That's all I can say about it. Like I said, I haven't played it. Next we have a bloody awful, and I mean awful, horror game, and to be honest I couldn't stand the film. The first film is the only good film in the series, and I've probably just completely ruined it from that. But the game is Saw 2: Flesh and Blood. Quite cool artwork, I've got to admit, but not into it, not feeling it. I played it. It is an improvement on the first game, but I do not like it at all. It's just really, really boring, really tedious, and it just feels like it's trying too hard, much like the films. Why did they ruin such a great film? The first one was brilliant. Why did they continue it? Just defiled their name. But the only cool thing about this is you actually get an achievement for entering the Konami code, or Konami code, whatever you want to say. That was quite cool. Go on there. Next we have a game that was surprisingly enjoyable, because I don't usually get into these sorts of games. It did get very tedious, and it seems very long, and it seems very like it would get stale pretty quickly, but for the bit I played I did enjoy it, and I got it for about £4 brand new again, Blockbuster, 50% off sale. That game is Nailed. Not that you can see the cover properly because of the fucking light flare. No, there's just no way around it. Here's the side of the case. There's got to be a way you can see it properly. There's probably not. But yeah, the game actually reminded me of Disney's Pure, if you've ever played that before. It's quite enjoyable. The graphics are really impressive, but it just seems like it gets quite monotonous quite easily. Next is a game that also got a lot of flack, but I really, really enjoyed it. And that game is Ridge Racer Unbounded. Now, it gets a lot of flack because it is not the Ridge Racer you know and love. It is very similar to Burnout Split Second, kind of, yeah. Split Second is probably closest to, but and it is very enjoyable. Unfortunately, its soundtrack consists of pure dubstep, which is not my thing, but everyone to their own right. This one's got a plain black side, which I don't mind too much. It's a bit unfortunate they didn't use a font on the side, but it's a really enjoyable game. One thing it does annoy me about it is it's limited edition apparently, and clearly it's not limited. But what's you gonna do? I just get fucking annoyed with having all this shit sprawled across the cases and it means nothing. From a collector's perspective, when you look at these games in 10 years time, when you can no longer redeem the downloadable content that came with it, it's just pointless, and it just makes the cases look damn right ugly. And I've got to have some coffee because my throat is dry. Oh, that's good, Joe. Right, next we have a game that I've actually been after for quite some time now. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It's horror setting. Well, it's a thriller, I guess. I'm really enjoying it for what I have played of it so far, but that game is Grey Matter by Jane Jensen. Not a clue who Jane Jensen is, but bloody fantastic game, fantastic artwork style. You play as a, well, from what I've played, a wannabe magician. I don't want to ruin the story for you. I was going to give you a little synopsis of it, but I don't want to go into it too much actually, as it might surprise you. Basically, it's thriller. It's set in England, in Oxford actually, which is quite amusing, to say the least. You play as an American girl in England, which is even stranger. But yeah, it kind of adds to the charm. I really like it. It plays really smoothly. The story is really gripping, and the character's really endearing. I really enjoy this game. If you love Broken Sword or any point and click game, I highly recommend you get this. Or even if you fancy just something new, because they don't come around often, and this is a really good game. Bloody great cover. I think I've said that already, but I think you need to see it again. So I'm checking all the insides of the cases now, just in case there's some spread artwork on the inside. Right, next is a game which I rented quite a while ago now. Haven't played it since I bought it, because I did finish it when I rented it, but it was on my gamer card. I'm going for a full collection, so I needed it. And well, yeah, I got it cheap. It's £4 this cost me, pre-owned. It's in bloody spanking condition. There's not even a scratch on the case, from what I can see anyway. But that game is Alan Wake. This is a brilliant game. If you've never played it before, I highly recommend you get hold of it. Great soundtrack as well. But it's just a really gripping story. Gameplay isn't excellent. The combat's a bit weird, but you get used to it. Really enjoyed this game. Yeah. Kind of wish I got the limited edition of that though, because that is in quite a nice book. Right, next we have a small pile of tripe, and after that pile of tripe you get to some decent games again, but we're just going to have to sit through this tripe. I tried to put that at the end of the pile actually, but clearly I weren't thinking when I did it. But let's blast through these. They're all sports titles. Going for a full collection, so I needed to add them. I will probably never play any of them. They're just the fine print as such. I need them to get the full collection. Right, let's just blast through them. Sean White snowboarding, white side. Sports games tend to have white sides, and it's just to add insult to injury really. Yeah, I don't really like sports. If you do, cool, everyone to their own, but these aren't my thing. I just need them for the full collection. Like I said, they are the fine print. Here's a game which I probably will try out, but World Snooker, white side again. Then we've got a man with a tin can on his head runs into some other people with tin cans on their head. 2008. Then we've got slightly older man with a tin can on his head runs into some more men with tin cans on their head with a vengeance. It's 2006. Next we've got man with a club hits a ball. 2008. Next we've got man with a club hits a ball again. 2007. This time it's personal. White sides again. Then we've got another game which I probably will try out. Well, it's MotoGP 2007. I don't mind motorsports, but usually the MotoGP games, well, from past experience with them, are ridiculously hard. I can't even keep the bike upright, let alone play it and enjoy it. Alright, next we have CSI Deadly Intent. not played this yet, and to be honest, I've got no experience with the TV series, so I don't really know what to expect. I would imagine it's a point and click investigation style game, which I'd be happy with as it is. But I don't know, I haven't played it yet. I only got this recently. So yeah, I look forward to playing that one. Next we've got Battle Stations Midway. Now I tried to play this, but I've got to be honest with you, I didn't have a clue what was going on. I'm going to have to give it another crack at some point and see what was happening. It's plain white, but at least it has a font. At least it's something. The disc on this game is actually quite cool as well. I do like that. Put a pin up on it. Alright, next we have Tom Clancy's Hawks 2. Now I really enjoyed the first Hawks game, so I imagine I'm really going to enjoy this one as well. I got it for brand new £5 Blockbuster 50% off sale, so was more than happy to pick that up for that price. Nothing interesting on the inside. It's got a plain white side, as most Tom Clancy games do, but there's the back of the case with some light flare for you, just to make it difficult for you to look at. That game still feels new, you know what I mean? It still feels really smooth. Next we've got The Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn. I've never read the second title of that game before, it made me chuckle. But I haven't played this yet. I do look forward to it though, because it looks like a side scroller, which will be right up my street. Apparently it isn't bad as far as movie tie-in to go, so I look forward to that one. Here's the back. Plain white side, you're not going to be able to see it, it's fucking light flare. But I got this brand new for £9 on Amazon, actually I think. Next we have Wanted Weapons of Fate. Now, I've yet to play this one, but there's a lot of games here, and like I said, with work and time, it's been hard to get around to playing them all. Plus, I've been spending some serious time devoted to certain titles at the moment anyway, so I have been gaming, I just haven't been getting around to playing all my new titles yet. I actually quite enjoyed the film of this. I hear the game isn't based on it. Well, it is, it's set in the same realm, but not with the story of the film. I could be completely wrong with that, but I look forward to trying it out. It actually has a nice side as well, which makes it change. Right, next we have Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. I can't remember how much I got this for, but I was more than happy to pick it up. Lego games are usually fantastic anyway, they're a lot of fun. I find them quite challenging as well. But yeah, Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. I'll show you the side because it's actually quite interesting. I'll show you the back. And then we have Lego Harry Potter Years 5 to 7. Haven't played this one yet, want to get through the first one first. Yeah, first one first. There's the side, there's the back. Quite a cool back cover actually. Might add that I'm not a Harry Potter fan in the slightest. There's something weird about watching actors your own age. Because I'm the same age as the actors in Harry Potter, I watched the first few films as I was growing up, and then kind of got turned off as they got older, and they were clearly doing better than me. Bastards. But I'm like it with any TV show. If the same age as me, I get kind of turned off. You are absolutely kidding me. 2 seconds, I'm going to make a cut while I answer this fucking phone call. Sorry about that. It's just bloody PPI claims constantly. Drives me nuts. Where were we? Yeah, we finished off with this, didn't we? Lego Harry Potter. Not a fan of films. I was saying something to do with people my own age. Yeah. TV series, films, anything. If there's people my own age in it, it turns me off it quite a bit. I think the calibre of their acting is usually quite poor as well. I don't know if that's just me being biased though. Next we have another Lego game, which is really weird. They've put a kind of different spin on the graphic style on this one. Everything's slightly more shiny, but you do feel like you are a Lego piece a lot more than you do in the other games. I'm thoroughly enjoying it so far, and that is Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, I got this brand new for, I think it was £9 again actually, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. 3 new Lego games to the collection. Usually they kind of keep their value as well, so I'm more than happy to own them. Next we have a game which I'm actually really looking forward to playing, regardless of it being an old game, and a first-person shooter at that. And that game is Shell Shock 2: Blood Trials. As far as I'm aware, it's just a first-person shooter World War horror game. By the looks of the cover and the back, it looks like it might be a little bit like Enemy at the Gates. It's in the film. I'm sure it's called that. You know, the film, it's horror based when they're in the trenches with demons. I'm sure it's Enemy at the Gates. Could be completely wrong though. I do have it on DVD, I just can't be asked to get off my ass and go and look. But next we have some games which I weren't happy about buying, but I come across these for £4 each. I actually got one £4 online, which I was more than happy to pay because it goes for more than that online usually, and the other two I got from a charity shop for £4 each. I wasn't going to turn them down. It was a charity shop. You very rarely see 360 games there. I actually like buying from charity shops, especially that particular one, because it's the Northamptonshire Air Ambulance place. So I will buy any game from there, just to give money to the good cause. Plus I want the games. I'm pretty sure they're a good price for what they are anyway. But that's the two I got from the charity shop. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty World at War. I'll show you the sides of them. You've all seen them before. I'm pretty sure every person under the sun owns them because I'm sick to death of hearing about them. And then the one I got online rather, for £4 was Call of Duty Black Ops. I played a little bit of the zombies on this. It's not bad, but if I'm honest, it feels like it wants to be Time Splitters. If they had put a lot more modes in this, similar to zombie styles, I don't know, maybe a vampire and a virus mode as well, I would have been all over it. I would have really enjoyed it, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like it had a lot of content. I will play through them at some point for the campaign, but they're really not my thing. I'm just not into first-person shooters. I'm not into World War. Just completely not my thing. Sorry, I just spat all over myself. But there's the side. Two things I like about this game as well, actually. Not to do with the main game. I can't remember what the hell they're called, but there's a top-down zombie shooter in it, which is really cool. I played that quite a bit, actually. And then there's a text-based adventure game on it as well. I think they're hidden extras, but I really enjoyed them. Zorg, I think it was called. I spent quite a lot of time on that game. Playing Call of Duty just to play this text-based adventure, which was probably not what the developers intended, but you know what? I'm going to get what I paid £4 for it. I'm going to play it how I like. Next is a game which I was very, very disappointed with, and that game is Conflict Denied Ops. Strangely, I really liked the old Conflict game, so when I put this on and found out how terrible it was, I was just incredibly disappointed. There's the side, there's the back. Next we have a game I haven't played yet, but I do look forward to playing this one. Nothing fantastic on the inside, I don't know why I checked. I don't think there was going to be anything fantastic about the inside, but that game is 007 Bloodstone. Not a fan of James Bond, any of the incarnations of him, particularly this one. I don't like the actor. But yeah, I do look forward to playing the game because usually they're good. Other than GoldenEye, I think that's a bit overrated. But most of the James Bond games I like. I'm going to get flack for saying that, I know it, but fuck it, it's just how I feel. Yeah. I'm running out of room on my shelf now. Next is a game I am incredibly looking forward to playing, and I've just noticed something about the front cover which is making me more excited to play. I'm going to put this in and play it as soon as this video is done now because that's got me curious. But the game is Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I think I got this at Blockbuster in the sale. I can't remember how much for, if I'm honest. But Spider-Man games do not shift in value. All of them are 15 quid at least online, so it would have been less than 15 quid. There's the side. And the thing that intrigued me is Wolverine's on the front cover. Obviously Venom, but I'm not sure why Wolverine's in it. Not sure what this game is going to play like at all. but I really look forward to playing. Spider-Man games are usually quite good. Next is my first experience into the Cabela series, and it's Cabela's Dangerous Adventures. I think in the USA this game is called Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009. It's the same game, it's just got different titles as far as regions are concerned. Yeah, as far as my first experience into the series went, I weren't that impressed, I've got to say. It does have a pretty nifty front cover though, I've got to say. Next is a game I haven't played yet, and I'm not sure how I feel about playing it. It's got 3 discs, and you've seen what it is already because I've just shown you. But it's LA Noire. I'm going to show you the discs first for some reason. They just happened to be in my hand. I was really surprised when I saw that it had 3 discs. I didn't realise it was going to be a long game. Well, maybe it's a long game. Maybe it's to do with the graphic capabilities. Yeah, I can't imagine I'm going to like it that much, but I'm definitely going to give it a good crack. It's got a very nice front cover, I've got to admit. It's even got a nice spine with that kind of tinfoil side. Next we have Front Lines of Fuel of War. Played a bit of this, and you know what, I didn't actually mind it. It was quite enjoyable. I really like the spine on this one as well. I found the trick to the light flare. You put it at an angle and you don't get it. Next we have Hour of Victory, which is very dated now, but strangely enough I didn't actually mind it. First person shooter, World War, and I didn't mind it. I don't know why it is, some formulas just turn me off, and unfortunately Call of Duty is one of those ones. I think the hype around Call of Duty puts me off it big time as well, I will admit that, but yeah, as far as the gameplay goes, I'm not really that into it. But this wasn't too bad. It's very dated. It does feel like it should have been on last generation, but I do believe the game came out in like 2007 or something, so it is to be expected. It does have a tinfoil front again, and quite a nice spine. Seems that they used to make a real effort back in the early days of 360 to make the games look attractive, and they just don't do it anymore. Sorry, my throat is dry and it's going. Right, next we have a game called Blood Drive. Now, the front cover is absolutely fantastic. You can probably guess what it is from the front cover. It is essentially Twisted Metal, well, a poor man's Twisted Metal. You drive around playing over-the-top cliche characters in over-the-top vehicles with over-the-top weapons, shooting the shit out of each other. The only difference about this game is that there's zombies on the map, and your aim is to kill as many zombies as you can, get a high multiplier. It's very arcade-like, it's very enjoyable. There are different modes like race through the gates, kill the zombies, and then there's just typical kill each other mode. But I actually really enjoyed this. I'm not sure why it's got such a bad reputation. See some of the variations of the zombies on the back there. I actually really enjoyed it. I don't want to recommend it though, because I will get people storming my house with torches saying, "You recommended me a terrible game." Next we have a 2D beat 'em up, so right up my street. Vaguely on this one, called Arcana Heart 3. Now, I didn't have a lot of money at the time, elsewise I would have got the special edition, because the special edition comes with some art cards or something, and it's in a big nice box, much like the Blaze Blue special editions. I know they're not that limited, I just wanted the box for that one, but I was tight for cash. Limited edition is £12, this was £8, I could only afford this, and I really wanted to try the game out, so I got this. I'm stuck with it now. Not really going to cry about it, but yeah, it's a 2D beat 'em up. It plays a lot like Blaze Blue. I think it actually might be made by Ark. Yeah, it is. So that's why it plays like Guilty Gear. But it's quite enjoyable. The boss on this is different, very, very different. It's like a bullet hell style boss, but in a 2D beat 'em up. It's really hard to explain, but it's very interesting. It's worth playing and buying just for the boss. I don't like the fact that it has an all-female cast. I've got to admit, not up my street. And on the back it's got what a little girl's made of. Sugar spice and all things nice? No. Swords and guns and kick-assing, ass-kicking nuns. Sorry, I completely balls that up. This ain't no sweet fighter. All very cheesy, very much for prepubescent boys, but the gameplay is fairly decent. If you want a good solid beat 'em up to play, I do recommend it, but unless you're a horny teenager, you're probably not going to get much out of the art style. Okay, moving on. Next we have a game called Syndicate. I've played a bit of this and I actually really found it difficult. I'm not sure why. I really like the story and I really like the concept, but I'm finding the gameplay really hard, so I'm struggling to get into it a bit. It's a fucking Evil Alliance game, so it comes with a online code, and I got it from Blockbuster pre-owned, so unfortunately I don't get to enjoy the online portion of it, which is a shame, but shit happens. Yeah, Syndicate. Really cool front cover. It's actually got a really cool spine as well. If you can see that. That cover's pretty cool. Do look forward to finishing that one when I can eventually adjust the difficulty. Right, next we have a game which is disappointing, but the price I paid for this on the well, it weren't on release day. It was a couple of days after, I think. I got it for £25, brand new on Amazon. It came sealed, and that's the Steelbook edition of Resident Evil 6. 25 quid, brand new. A couple of days after release. Don't know why, but it's a really nice Steelbook actually. Yoink. And it's just the same the other side as well. I'm sure there's been unboxings of this, but for those who haven't seen it, there's the sleeve, and here's the tin. Right, it comes with 2 discs, and the second disc is absolutely pointless. You've got the game and you've got a language disc. A language disc is literally just you install language packs from different regions. Absolutely useless. Just take the manual and the discs out, because it does have quite a nice spine. Not spine, diorama rather. Don't know if you can see that properly. It's a really nice inside, I quite like it. Right, as for the game itself, Mercenaries mode, absolutely brilliant. Love the way they've done mercs. Story, Leon, well worth playing. Haven't finished Leon's campaign myself. I'm on chapter 3 of it so far out of 5, so I'm halfway, but I'm really enjoying it. Chris's campaign, I have finished that one. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It's absolutely awful. I hate what they've done to Chris, and I hate his sidekick Piers. Jake is just a sorry excuse for a character. Do not like him at all. Again, I'm on chapter 3 of his campaign. Not getting into it. Really not impressed with the game. Gotta say, if you're a massive Resident Evil 6 fan, obviously you're going to buy it anyway. If you've never played a Resident Evil game before and you want to delve into the series, avoid this game I've played. Not impressed, Capcom. What are you thinking? Nonetheless, it's a nice steelbook. Next we've got another awful Resident Evil game. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Yeah, this is a third person co-op action game. It's basically Left 4 Dead if it was third person. Not good at all. I've not played a lot of it. I've been 2 chapters into it. You can basically run past every zombie and just get to the goal that way. It's not fun at all. Apparently the downloadable content is good, but I'm not about to pay for downloadable content on a game that I do not enjoy. And again, it's got this horrible fucking advertising on the case. Free Spec Ops missions on a certain day. That is going to mean nothing in the future. But it has a nice spine. That's redeeming, I guess. Yeah, definitely not a fan of that one. I'd much rather play Resident Evil 5. Next we have a thoroughly enjoyable game. I've not played a lot of it yet, but it impressed me. simply because it's easy. Oh, by the way, Resident Evil 6, they've ramped down the difficulty a shit ton. I was playing through on professional mode and I didn't struggle at all. Granted, I was playing it on co-op with someone, but he was a piece of piss. But yeah, back to this one. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3, or Gaiden 3. Brilliant front cover. They've made it very, very easy in comparison to previous releases. I think this is the end of the trilogy, but I do thoroughly enjoy it. Quite interesting playing in London for the first level. The accents were completely over the top though, but I guess that added to its cheesy charm. Those crazy Japanese. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this one. Although if you are a hardcore Ninja Gaiden fan, I probably wouldn't recommend it because it's easy. I don't even think I've got it on easy mode either. Ninja Gaiden 2 I haven't even finished yet. I'm on easy difficulty. I'm stuck halfway. I'm just getting my ass kicked. Right, next we have Borderlands 2. Now I actually pre-ordered this, which I very rarely do, but thoroughly enjoyable game. It's got a slipcover, but the case underneath it is exactly the same. I'll show you for the sake of it. Yeah, it's really enjoyable. They've ramped up the graphics quite a lot. They've made it really, really smooth to play. I know there's a sticker on this, but I needed to keep it on the side because it's just what I do. But yeah, they've made it really smooth to play. They've only added some small additions, like when you get downed now you can move around, so you're able to get a second wind easier. One thing I will say is I don't find the characters as endearing as I did in the first game, but it is funny. They've ramped up the comedy value on it quite a lot. I do recommend getting it. It is a really enjoyable game. I haven't finished it yet though, mind you. I've started it 3 times. I got to the same point on each 3 times, but I just wanted to try out the characters more than anything. I will finish it at some point because I am playing it quite a lot. Next is a game which slipped right under the radar for most people, and it is a real shame because I think it's a killer game. I really, really enjoy it. And that game is Blades of Time. Show you the side and the back. Now, if you've ever played a game or even seen a game called X-Blades, this is basically the spiritual successor to that, and you could probably guess that from the title. They've completely changed the artwork style. It's no longer cutesy. They've made it, well, a realistic horror-y art style, but it really does it a lot for it. They've completely taken away the arcade feel from X-Blades, and they've just made it a hack and slash as such, but it's really fun. I really enjoy this one. If they'd advertised this game and promoted it a bit more, I'm sure it would have been a hit, because I really like it. I recommend it if you can get your hands on it. You don't see it a lot though. It only came out recently as well. I mean, just one of those things. It's a shame. Next we have Two Worlds 2. Again, it's a game you don't see a lot. I don't think it got much of a release. I think it was exclusive to Amazon or something. I'm not sure. I got it £15 brand new on Amazon. But this is a huge improvement over the first game. Well worth playing. I'm not far into it again, but I am actually enjoying this one as opposed to the first game I put down and vomited over. It's the side and the back. Quite an enjoyable game. Nothing special on the inside though. And lastly, for 360 pickups, we have an absolutely fantastic game. I could not be happier with it. What a breath of fresh air. That game is Dragon's Dogma. Bloody brilliant. Capcom's fantasy open world RPG. It is bloody fantastic. A lot of the stuff in this you won't have seen in other games. It played so fluidly. The story is bloody brilliant. Graphically it's amazing. Soundtrack is out of this world. I just absolutely love it. I haven't played a lot of it yet, but trust me, I'm easily going to put 100 hours plus into this game. The only thing I don't like about it is this horrible tacky promotional shit for an awful game in the corner. Resident Evil 6 demo available early or something, I don't know, but how they could ruin such an awesome game with such poor advertisement. But yeah, I'm not sure I've showed you the back already and the sides, but it deserves a second look because it is a bloody brilliant game. If you can get hold of this and you're into fantasy or RPGs or open world games, do it. You will not regret it. It is bloody brilliant. Right, and lastly we have a few gaming related pickups. First being, sorry, I just disappeared from the camera and started talking, the Darksiders 2 original soundtrack. Love that game. I've still not finished it, but I want everything to do with it. I do want the collector's edition as well for the mask, but what a fantastic game. Unfortunately the soundtrack isn't as good as the first game. It's good, but it's not as good as it could have been. To show you the inside, it is 2 discs. And I can't remember the name of the composer, which is really, really bad. Jesper Kyd, I think. Yeah, I'm sure it's Jesper Kyd. Bloke who did the soundtrack to Borderlands and the Hitman games. That's about all I can remember off the top of my head. World-renowned composer, basically, for video games. Next we have me disappearing again and speaking to the floor. Next we have the second Borderlands book. I've still not finished the first book, although I am thoroughly enjoying it. It just takes me a while to get through books. I won't read unless I am properly in the mood for it, but this one is obviously based on the assassin. I'm not sure what his name is. I think it's Mordecai, but yeah, look forward to reading this. Can't wait. The first book is about Roland, by the way, in case you didn't watch that video of mine. And lastly, we have a very nice addition to my collection. I won't be using it as a strategy guide, but it is a very nice collector's piece, and that is the Borderlands Collector's Strategy Guide. Look at that, it's beautiful. I love the orange, I love the foil. It's really nice, it's got a great feel to it as well. It's a proper heavy set and it's thick. There's the side, and there's good old handsome Jack on the back. Very nice guide. I've not flicked through it yet because I don't want spoilers, but yeah, sorry, that's just what gets tacked to the back of it inside. Shrink wrap. It does come with something cool. I'm going to try and find it for you, probably in silence so I can think. There we go. It comes with some things that I can't remember what they're called, so I'm going to have to read. Okay, they just call them paperfold models. I'm sure they have a proper name. It's not paperfold models. You're going to know what they are when I show you. But yeah, well, I guess you fold out the paper and they form models. It's a claptrap one there, and I'm pretty sure there's a skag or something on the other side. Shit, it's popping out there. I'm sure it's a skag. But yeah, I thought that was a really nice addition. You do not see that in any other guide, so I was really happy with that. I guess the claptrap folds out to be in that pose and the skag looks like that. I will be making them. I'll make a video of me making them when I get a new house, which I'm not looking for anytime soon, by the way. As I said, with a GoldenEye, I'm not into keeping things in mint condition anymore. They are for mass murderers and cat people, as my other half puts it. But I will be making them. I just don't want to make them here because I do plan on getting a house at some point in the future. I know that during the move they would get trashed, and they're quite there. I think they would make quite cool little display pieces, and to keep cardboard intact, it sounds like it might be quite complicated. I don't know what I was trying to do there. But yeah, that is everything for my pickups. If you've watched all this, as usual, you are a trooper. I will get around to watching all of your videos soon, I promise. All of your comments I'm going to get around to replying to as soon as I can. I'm just really busy at the moment. The whole job front is it's just difficult at the moment. I'm trying my best to keep a roof over my head, you know. As usual, cheers guys, enjoy.